recording the dissection of the chicken wing. Trying to make it so you could see it a little better. I chose to use a chicken wing that was cooked only because I really wanted to show a lot of the skin. I feel like it shows a lot more definition than the raw one. I'm still gonna dissect it so that you can see the bones that are inside. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the synovial joint, which is actually this point joint right here. I did my lab paper, the turning in paper, with a raw chicken, but I really wanted to use a cooked chicken because I thought it would be serve as a lot more definition and everything like that. So anyways, I'm going to speak about the skin here. This is where it would typically be your epithelial tissue. It shows really good. I'm going to show you this side of it. You can see the meat on the bones itself. I want to take off some of the skin. It's a little bit crispy, so it's a little bit harder to take off than it would be if it was a raw chicken bone. I'm actually going to do it with my fingers, and then I'll go ahead and get the scissors on it too. But I just basically want to peel off some of this tissue. I don't know if you can see it so well. The tissue, this would be like the epithelial, like I said, the epithelial tissue and stuff. This is the skin of the chicken, so the outside of the arm. I'm going to go ahead and just peel off this skin, and then I'm going to get my tweezers and my scissors so that I can dig into it a little bit more. I wish that I had a raw chicken breast as well to show the difference, but I've seen a couple videos with the raw chicken breast, and I decided to use the cooked one, like I said, because I feel like it gives a little more definition. You're able to see some things a little bit better. As I'm pulling away the skin, obviously, since it's cooked, there's a lot of meat and such, but it's really interesting for you to see the synovial joint, which is this point joint right here. And as you can see, I'm pulling the bone. I don't want to pull it too hard because it will break. But I'm taking off the chicken meat, and you can see the tendons and stuff in the inside of it as I'm pulling off the skin. I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors now so that I can get into it a little bit easier. Actually, let's see, I'm going to cut off some of the meat so you can see it. Interesting enough, since it is cooked, the meat does pretty much fall off the bone. So here's some more of the meat and stuff. It's right here you can see between, if these were together you would see bone on bone, but right here you can see that it's cartilage. It's the really, I can actually pick it off. It's the really like rubbery part of the, on top of the bone. So when the bone on bone rubs, that's usually where the cartilage comes into play as a buffer. And you can tell right here with the synovial joint that this would be like a ball and socket. There's a lot more cartilage up here too. If I picked a little bit harder, the bone would actually fall apart, so I don't want to do that. But you can see on the corner here where the synovial joint is, it's a ball and socket. When the arms are in movement, of course, chickens only move kind of a little bit of a one way, but if you can see right here too, you can see the joints. This one's a bone right here. You can see between these two bones would be tendons. So you can see between, it's the tendons in between the two little bones here. So you can see in between there and this wing right here. I'm going to pick off the back side so you can see it on this side as well. I picked it a little bit hard, a little bit too hard, so the bone is actually almost detaching, except for the fact that there's cartilage and tendons there that are holding it together. Otherwise it would be completely detached. But you can see, I don't know if you could see this way, if you could see this way, you can see the tendons that are holding it apart. So now that I've pretty much taken off a lot of the meat, you can really see the bones here. This bone, this part, which is the synovial like we said, and then up here. I don't want to pick off all this meat here because the bone will just fall off. But that's the complete dissection of this chicken wing. I hope you enjoyed.